want this album to win Grammys. I want it to really change people's lives. And I didn't want there to be any restrictions on what I wanted to sing, what I wanted to say. It's fun to feel free, that freedom to just do exactly what I want to do and what I think is best. That's not me going, I want to do what I want to do. That's me going, I know who I am now. And I think I have the best gut when it comes to decisions about my music.
This new record with Sara has just been such a wonderful experience in a lot of ways. One way for me, and I think Matt Chamberlain and Sara and a lot of us, it's a bit of a reunion actually, because we'd worked on a lot of the early and kind of middle period stuff, and it's just so great to get back in the studio. And on this record, the material is just so strong. I mean, you can tell they've just really, Sarah's written some great songs and they've found some great songs. I think it's gonna be one of her best records, maybe the best. You know.
I started working with Sara Evans 4 albums ago, and the first experience was just incredible. It truly was. And honestly, we were talking about this earlier. She sounds just as good, if not better, now than she did on that first album. This is a unique band that was completely built for her artistry. I think all of them, Gordon Mote, JT Cornfloss, Ilya, Jimmy Lee, and of course Matt, are all very, very dynamic, sensitive players, and they really are the kind of musicians that listen to the vocalist. And this collaboration is unique to Sara. This is, in our minds and eyes, her band that was put together for her for this album.
I love being with Mark in the studio on tracking days when all the musicians are in. I let my kids skip school to come up for that because that only happens once every 3 or 4 years, and it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal in my family. The kids were just like in awe, and my son, was absolutely in awe. I called Matt Chamberlain in to play drums, and my album, Born to Fly, was the first time he'd ever been to Nashville, ever played on a country record, and I found him because he played drums on the Wallflowers album. And so I was absolutely in love with that record. That's another record that I have listened to so many times over the years.
I think in 1999 she contacted me, or somebody from her camp contacted me, because she liked my playing on that Wallflowers record, Bringing Down the Horse, and she thought I would be great to play on her record. So I don't think it was easy because Nashville has such a set thing, and they flew me out, and luckily it worked out. We played a couple songs, and it worked.
One of the things that impressed me the most about Sara was her amazing song sense. In the process of listening to songs, she could spot songs that spot songs that would be so good for her, and she also knew what to do with them. Like some of the demos that were very, very pop leaning, she'd go, I know what to do with this. So she thinks like a musician. The process, I was really amazed by standing back and looking at her and Mark Bright work together, and Ben Fowler, the engineer, and all the musicians. It was such a collaboration, and they all really just fed off each other. So many records these days are made kind of in somebody's room on a computer without that kind of sensibility. And we talked about there's something so magical about having musicians who actually love an artist sit in a room and feed off each other. And Mark was like this great conductor who just let it happen and let all the musicians play off each other, taking ideas. And it really was just magical to watch it all happen. And she's right in the center of it and knows exactly what she wants and how she wants it to sound, and really has such a great sense of herself.
These guys are they're just ridiculous how incredible they are. It just blows my mind every time.
I feel like a lot of artists, I don't know if they really know the difference between the musicians. If you bring like a different drummer and, it may not be a big deal, but she knows, which I think speaks to, I'll put it like very high musical IQ of an artist, that she's very in tune with that, and that's, makes me just be very appreciative to be here.
JT Cornfloss played electric guitar on it, and he reminded me that he was in the studio and played on the demo of Tiger by the Tail that I sang years ago for Harlan Howard.
On our second day of recording the new Sara record, I was driving to the studio and I was listening to Willie's Roadhouse, and on the radio came the song Tiger by the Tail, the original Buck Owens version. And I totally flashed back, and it was as if that first demo I played with Sara was yesterday.
Tracy called Melanie Howard, and she's like, "Can you find that and send it over?" And she did, and we listened to it together.
And Sarah's voice came in the headphones, and that's the first time I heard her sing, was that vocal, "I've got it just come in." And I saw everybody in the studio, all the players, the engineer, everybody just went. And we were stunned. It was truly one of my favorite moments of playing in Nashville.
The entire team that came together for this process was perfect. Say the words and I'll be gone. Turn our